published 0614 est. The 5th of December 2017 updated 0753 est. The 5th of December 2017 England ended a gripping day of Test cricket on 1764, needing 178 runs to beat Australia, and the unlikeliest of victories creeping into sight for Joe Root's team. James Anderson took his first ever 5-wicket haul in Australia as England were set a huge 354 to win the second Test and level the series at 11. Here are 5 things you missed from an enthralling 4th day of the second Test. Joe Root and Chris Woakes depart the Adelaide Oval. After an epic day of cricket in Australia, Smith taunted by the Barmy Army. Australia skipper Stephen Smith had a captain's nightmare in the field on day 4. He passed up the chance to review an LBW shout from Josh Hazlewood on Alistair Cook, and replays showed if he had taken it, the England batsman would have been given out. Bad luck to the Aussies. Couldn't happen to nicer people, not reviewing it, chimed BT Sport commentator Geoffrey Boycott. Smith then wasted his last 2 reviews on appeals trying to get rid of Joe Root and Dorad Mallon. Australia captain Steve Smith endured a day to forget in the field against England. Smith wasted 2 reviews on DRS trying to get rid of Joe Root and Dorad Mallon after using up all his chances to review. Smith was taunted by England's Barmy Army, a reason why the Barmy Army are the best fans in the world. Tears of joy. Steve Smith has used up all of his reviews and they love it, so does Joe Root. Tears of joy. Ashes TV. BT Sport 1 HD. Pic.twitter.com 2 Beat Foam. The Ashes on BT Sport at Beat Sport Cricket December 5, 2017, and when Root got hit on the pads in the final 30 minutes, it ignited a huge appeal from Nathan Lyon and his teammates, only for umpire Ali Dar to remain silent. It would have almost certainly been appealed by Smith, and the Barmy Army knew it. Dar's decision was cheered by the England fans as loudly as if Root had whipped the ball through the covers for 4, and they compounded Smith's woes by gesturing to review the decision. England need to set new records to win. England's target to level the series with Australia is 354, an imposing total but a possible one, and, all things considered from the first 2 days of the match, it could have been worse. If Root and co pull off a sensational triumph, it will be the 10th highest run chase in Test history, eclipsing the 352 Sri Lanka reeled in against South Africa in Colombo in 2006. It would also be the highest run chase in the history of the Adelaide Oval, beating the 315 which was overturned by Australia against England in 1902. England are pursuing the highest ever run chase at the Adelaide Oval. Should England be successful, it will also be the 10th highest run chase in Test history. Jimmy Anderson gets a new song. England's leading bowler claimed his 25th 5-wicket haul on day 4, but only his first in Australia. Anderson was fabulous to watch in the opening session, and he cajoled the travelling Barmy Army into belting out a new song about their hero. Forget oh, Jimmy 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 Anderson. The new tune goes when he starts to swing. The Barmy Army sing, Jimmy Anderson. Let's hope it gets heard a lot more during the coming weeks. Anderson is integral to any success of England. Anderson gives England another injury scare. Before Anderson sealed his 5th wicket, he spilled a tricky caught handball chance to dismiss Mitchell Starc. But for a brief moment, the wicket was the least of England's worries as Anderson went crashing down onto the ground, narrowly missing a collision with a retreating Stark's bat. He was clutching the back of his right thigh and had ripped his trousers open by the knee. Thankfully for England, it appeared to be only an impact injury, and Anderson was swiftly back on his feet with the ball in his hand. It'd just taken a bit of skin off the hip, Anderson said afterwards. But it'll be absolutely fine. At the start of day 4, Anderson gave England an injury scare after chasing a catching chance after the day had ended. Anderson said he had only taken skin off of his hip. Gary Lyon. Nathan Lyon's bowling was superb in the second session, particularly against England. He was unfortunate to only take the wicket of Alistair Cook. Australia wicket-keeper Tim Paine, in particular, was heard chirping away with words of encouragement for Gary, or Gaza, on numerous occasions. But why Gary? The nickname was first coined by teammate Matthew Wade in reference to the Australian Football League legend Gary Lyon, who is now a respected broadcaster. Nathan Lyon is affectionately called Gary by his Australia teammates.